We got 3 dead. We're gonna wipe. And one of them was one of our big hitters too. Oh, I just ran off. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're working with UnHoly Death Knight. So I've played around with some single targets and some M+, and currently in pre-patch, with the amount of points that we have available to us, I feel like the M+ disease build is the best feeling build out of them all. You can kind of toy with a couple of these through the build and fine tune it into more of your liking, but I feel like the wound builds will probably be equally fun and strong in our final build out, you know, at level 70 when we get all of our talent points to use. But at this point, I really feel like the best way to go with them during pre-patch is going to be the Disease M+. Disease M+, it does a lot of passives for you, simplifies your rotation, keeping the class type fun. You know, obviously if we're still running any Shadowlands content, you're still able to use things like if you're Necrolord, you can still use your A-bomb limb and things like that. So that kind of offsets a little bit of these point gaps. But all in all, I like this build. It feels natural, it feels comfortable, and that's where I'm at with the build. I'm gonna go over the talents, we'll go through a rotation, and we'll see what you guys think, but definitely let me know in the comments down below. I will leave, I'm actually gonna leave the code for the disease and the wound for you guys, so that way you can test them out both yourself and see which one you like, which one you prefer, because I'd really like some feedback. You know, I'm on the fence on UnHoly DK. I love UnHoly DK, and I want to play this class as my main plate melee. Don't get me wrong, I know the song of the people right now is Warrior. Warrior is so strong, and I'm actually gonna review the Warrior, but I've always enjoyed the Death Knight. It's always been a fun class for me to play. So yeah, let's get to it. So the first thing I always do is I always show you guys my gear. I'm sitting at about a 288 eye level. Yes, I do have my legendaries on, and he is in Necrolord, so I still have A-bomb limb, but for the purpose of this video, I actually took A-bomb off my action bar, just so that you know, we're just testing the abilities that come with our talent tree, not adding in abilities like what you get off your legendaries and stuff like that, and off your covenant class. So crit, haste, mastery. I need to get my verse up tremendously on this character, but yeah, we're gonna test out this talent tree, and let's get into the talents. Everything is pretty straightforward until you get to row 3. Instead of improved death strike, we do have permafrost, we do have blinding sleet as well. I've contemplated dropping blinding sleet. Row 4 seems pretty normal, 5 seems pretty normal, and then when we start getting down here, we're choosing Gloomward, we're choosing Unholy Endurance. Row on the next row, we're looking at Unholy Ground for that gain of haste and rune attunement, giving your auto attacks a chance to generate 5 runic power. Insidious Chill, your auto attacks target reduce the target's auto attack speed by 5% every 30 seconds, stacking up to 4 seconds. So obviously if you're on a boss fight, that's going to really start to play out for you well. So Death's Echo gives you a improvement for damage possibilities with an extra charge of death and decay, but also a quality of life improvement, having an extra charge of death grip and death's advance. So I really feel like it's such a good utility talent that you've got to take that with you. I did put my last point into Unholy Bond and increasing the effectiveness of my Rune Forge effects by 10%. Obviously, as I get the rest of my points, I'm definitely going to try to put more into that. Here, grab Soul Reaper, and that's 2. Jeez, I might have to figure something out. I might have to snatch a point somewhere, because I really want to grab A-bomb limb. A-bomb limb is strong, but we'll figure that out when we get to our 70 points to kind of rework this. So again, this is the disease build. So, you know, you got your Raise Dead and your Scourge Strike. You've got your Outbreak. You definitely want Epidemic because it's an M+ build, so that you can spread disease across all of the adds. You have Death Coil for single target, but you want that Epidemic to spread to give you that big adds AOE damage. We still got Apocalypse. Replenishing wounds. When a festering wound pops, it generates 2 additional runic powers that you continue to hit them with Festering Strike, applying more wounds. With the dual Death and Decay, that's going to make your Plague Bringer activate on multiple targets, as Scourge Strike is going to hit multiple targets. So it's going to increase the damage, your disease damage, over 100% more quickly for 5 seconds. So super strong with Death and Decay. Sudden Doom, your auto attacks have a chance to make your next death, coil, or epidemic cost no runic power, which is really nice. And then Unholy Pact, Dark Transformation creates an Unholy Pact between you and your pet, igniting a flame chain. So I looked at this one, dealing 9,000. I still feel like the chain is better. Over 15 seconds to enemies between you and your pet. So make sure you're gapping yourself between you and your pet. It's going to give you big AOE damage. I did look at Defile, but I feel like Defile is going to, it's going to replace your Death and Decay. I just feel like you're missing a lot of damage that you could have with just regular Scourge Strike and Death and Decay and Unholy Pact versus giving up Unholy Pact just to put Defile down for a little bit of dot damage over time. That's where I'm at with this. Unholy Command, the cooldown of Dark Transformation has been reduced by 15 seconds, which is allowing us to get that Dark Transformation up to constantly keep putting additional damage down with the Unholy Pact. So it's super, super strong. And then we went with Ebon Fever. Virulent Plague deals 15% more damage in half the duration. Eternal Agony, Death Coil, and Epidemic increase the duration of Dark Transformation for every 1 second. So while you have your Dark Transformation up, every time you're hitting Death Coil or Epidemic, you're extending that time, that passive time that your minion or your pet is putting out damage between Unholy Pact and Dark Transformation. So it's really, really nice. Obviously, we wanted to get Army of the Dead back up. Army of the Dead is just so clutch and so crucial to the start of any boss fight. In Mythic Plus, you're usually holding on to this for boss fights. By the time you get to the boss, you coming off cooldown, it's coming available for you for the next boss fight. So the only other time I would ever see you using it is in one of those uh-oh moments where something happened in an M plus situation, or even in a raid situation to where tank goes down to a big pack, or tank goes down right at the end of a boss fight, and you would want to hold on to it for that reason. But I would never do that. I would always open a boss fight with this just to get the damage going right off the bat. Taking advantage of any kind of like especially if you have anybody that's going to be heroing or lusting, getting that additional time to just do a massive explosive upfront damage would be great. So Army of the Damned, Apocalypse cooldown is reduced by 45 seconds, which is really nice. So it gives you an opportunity between those festering strikes, between your festering strikes and your Scourge strikes, being able to just call them up quicker, continuously giving you that additional passive damage is really, really nice. Morbidity, diseased enemies take 2% increased damage per disease that they're affected by. And then last thing is Super Strain. Your Virulent Plague also applies Frost Fever, Blood Plague at 80% of its effectiveness. So this is a really good build. It really feels fun. I know I didn't go all the way down the list over here. Icy Talons, and then empower your runic weapon. So empowering your runic weapon gains 15% haste, generating 1 rune and 5 runic power instantly every 5 seconds. So this is an opener. So yeah, let's give it a run. Let's see what the meters look like. Let's look at the damage meters, see how they play out, and hopefully you guys like this. We're just going through the rotation, dropping Death and Decay back down, hit them with the Scourge Strike, Epidemic until I can get a Scourge Strike back up, Epidemic. Something fall off? Hello? And I'm getting back Dark Transformation so quick. And you're just rinsing and repeating, really. And we were statically sitting around anything from 18 to 20k damage, and that was just on the 4-pack pool here. Again, you can go into obviously bigger pack pulls, and you're gonna just explode even more damage. This is without a force set. This is without my Covenant A-bomb limb, and it just feels really good. I don't have anything else really to add other than the fact that if you guys like this, definitely let me know in the comments. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comments as well. I really like your feedback. If you find something different that you think would be better for this build, please, by all means, drop it in the comments down below. Drop your import codes. I'd like to, you know, if you tell me like, hey, I like this, and this better, because some of you guys have, especially like on the Enhancement Shaman guide and the Fire Mage guide. If you like swapping stuff around, I like what you're telling me in the comments. Leave your import code. Be like, hey man, here's the import code. Check it out yourself. I'd love to check these out and see what you guys are changing up, because you might be doing something different than me, and it's going to work out even better. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming through and hanging out with me. We'll be working on the next one soon. Have a great day.